HealthKit's intriguing, and initially it seems like when they first launched it, they turned off a lot of functionality. It didn't even ship with the first software that came with the new phones. But now it's going like gangbusters.
Yeah, especially with the phone rolling out, you're going to start to see more applications for
the watch rolling out.
The new watch coming out last week. You're going to start to see more applications going forward. It's all part of Tim Cook's strategy to put more of your digital information into the Apple sphere. And you talk to investors and you talk to other folks in the wearable industry, and they see great potential here because how much would you pay to live a little bit longer? That's kind of the idea behind improving health, improving fitness that these devices kind of promise.
And Cedars-Sinai, an enormous organization, how does this work on the Cedars-Sinai level? Are they going to hand out iPhones to all their patients?
Well, no, this is you go to your online medical records that you have access through their portal, and they've just turned it on, so you can connect it through your Apple device. They're not quite sure exactly how patients are going to react. They just wanted to open up and see what would happen, let doctors have that information to communicate with their patients and see what goes forward.
You know, I mean, I use the Jawbone up to monitor my sleep and my exercise, my running, and whatever else. And I find just looking at it, indeed there have been studies when people look at their food or even take pictures of their food, they eat better because, you know, Socrates said an unexamined life is not worth living. Perhaps an examined life is longer lived. Is that the basic notion here?
Right. I mean, you listened to Tim Cook earlier this year talking about the beauty of the watch and the health information that's being collected. It's a way to fight cancer in some ways.
Yeah, and Tim Cook himself, quite a health geek. I mean, is this a notion of Apple's business model, or is this an extension of the CEO's notion of what people like, just like the last CEO's notion of what people like?
It definitely gets into the idea of your personal information in this ecosphere of Apple. You look at Apple Pay, their mobile payment system, you look at the entertainment information, you look at the photos, you look at all these things are trying to put into the world of Apple, so you become just a more loyal customer going forward.
And maybe that's why when we start to see the notion of what this does for growing their businesses isn't just about a neat app to use with a phone, but maybe grows business because people are more locked into that data?
Locked into the data, but there's also the billion-dollar industry in the healthcare industry, and they want to be part of it.
And I guess if they're monitoring every step or every heartbeat, your next phone probably won't be a Samsung phone if you want to stick with the program.
Right.